Weaver and Coach Terry. We'll have a quick statement from Coach Terry. Then let's take questions for the players first, if we can, please. Coach, go ahead, please.
Okay, good evening.
Move back, you're good.
Right, yeah, we don't have a chance. I got no voice right now. No, again, incredible event Rick Giles has put on here. Big time game tonight against a quality opponent, well coached team. We knew it was going to be a physical game with Syracuse in terms of their offensive rebounding, their size. The perimeter players have been playing really well. For us, an opportunity early in our journey, on the road, hostile environment. We did some really good things tonight, I thought, for a better part of the game. We had some great lessons and great teachable moments that we'll get from this film as well. But again, give Syracuse a lot of credit. Those guys fought back and they fought hard, and down the stretch, our guys were able to finish the game out, finish it out at the foul line, and proud of what they were able to do down the stretch.
Take questions for the players. Just raise your hand. Go ahead.
This is Ralphie Donato about that sports. I got a question for the players. Congratulations on the victory tonight. I just want to know, how good of a feeling is it to get a win in front of a raucous crowd at the Legends Classic against a high-quality team in Syracuse?
Art, you
Yeah, no, it's always fun to, have the crowd against you and have a chance to silence them. But I feel like we went out there, we played a good team game, and we're just a better team today.
It was a good experience for me. I like the crowd like that. It gets me fired up too.
Just raise your hand. Keep right here.
Arthur, for you, when Syracuse started switching its defense back and forth between man and zone, what is your mentality on the floor when that switch happens, and how do you adjust your game when that switch happens in the defense that you're seeing?
Well, in the zone, I feel like I take more of a facilitating role. When I work the middle, I get the ball in the middle, and I'm able to spread my teammates to get easier shots. When they go to man, it's still that same facilitation mindset, but I still have more opportunities to score. So just finding those different shades of when I score, when I facilitate, just working the game.
In front, sir.
Arthur, I don't know if it's my imagination or not, but you just seem so much more comfortable this year. Kind of more in the flow of the offense. Can you speak to that? Do you feel that that's the case? I know it's a totally different team, different system, but do you agree with my observation? Do you feel more comfortable out there this year, and what do you attribute that to?
Yeah, no, I do feel comfortable out there. My confidence comes from the work that I put in, the team that coach is surrounding me by, my teammates, everybody. And definitely how my body's been feeling with Coach Darby and his lifts. He's been getting my body right, and I feel like I just feel more comfortable out there in my movement patterns.
Arthur, how tough was it to deal with Eddie Leckie Jr. down low? I think he scored 7 points in a row kind of in the second half. What made it difficult trying to defend him and kind of contain him down the stretch?
Eddie's huge. Yeah, it's hard to really stop him. He has good footwork, he has good touch, and he's able to pass the ball. He's a really good player.
Chendall, I noticed you having a couple words with Carmelo Anthony after a nice play, and I wanted to know how that felt to, and you can jump like I've never seen a guy jump. How'd that feel to have him sitting there in the front row and you doing your thing out there?
It felt great. Growing up, I watched Melo all the time. He was actually one of my favorite players growing up, when I was a kid. But it was good. He's there to support me. So I like that.
This one's for either of you guys. Your teammate Trey didn't have his best night shooting the ball, but when you needed him at the end, the free throw line, free throws really decided this game. How confident are you in him when he steps up in that spot?
I'm very confident in Trey. After the turnover, I just told him keep his head up. Keep playing. Next play mentality is what we go over. Don't let that get to you.
Two last ones for the players.
Chendall, obviously, you're, I think, one of 2 players returning from last year's team. How does last year's team differ to the current squad you guys have?
I think this year's team, we want to guard. I feel like defense is a big key point in our team this year, so I feel like that's a big difference. Everybody wants to guard, and we love being around each other.
Anything else? Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it. Raise your hands. Questions for Coach Terry, please. Guys, you're good. Man and Ben.
Yeah, hey Coach, I'm Don Sutter from the Post-Standard in Syracuse. So you guys shot 10 of 30 in the second half. I'm wondering what Syracuse did defensively differently in that half to cause that kind of shooting percentage.
Well, I think they did a nice job defensively, man to man. They've changed their defense a little bit to the zone. I thought we did a really good job attacking the zone in the first half, getting the ball to the paint, and playing inside out. I thought again, you have to adapt and adjust the way the game's been officiated as well. They played physical style of defense in the second half and led to us again forcing a few shots, opportunities that we're usually pretty strong with the ball. They did a nice job getting their hands on some balls and forcing us into a couple tough turnovers. We've been doing a pretty good job taking care of the ball. We had 11 turnovers tonight. We had 3 at the half, so we were doing a nice job of taking care of the basketball and kind of changed the game. And then they got some rhythm also from that.
Coach, this is like really, we noticed that Syracuse was making their comeback. Like, what is some of the things you talked to your players for as far as regaining the composure they lost when Syracuse was having that run?
Well, again, we're early in our journey with this new team, and we talk about it all the time. But until you're in game situations, to where the game of basketball is a game of runs. We had a lot of great runs in this game. They didn't answer for a little while. In return, had some really good runs. How do you stop runs in basketball? You have to stop them with your defense. You got to put consecutive stops together. You got to sit down and guard. That's how you get separation. That's how you close out. You close out a half, close out a game. But it's all about your defense, and that's what we're trying to. This early, in November here, our identity. We're trying to establish a team. Every night we know we can hang our hat on trying to be a team that guards really hard.
Coach, in the second half, would you say it was more so the struggles persisting from you guys just missing shots, or was it Syracuse's defensive adjustments that you guys more trouble?
Well, I thought we got off to a great start. I mean, we wanted to really run and play fast in transition. They weren't sending a lot of guys to the glass. Initially, they were getting back 4 guys back. We were able to get some stops and play our strength. We have a fast team, athletic team, and we play pretty well in transition. They went to their zone, slowed us up a little bit. We still were able to get the ball where we wanted, executed. I thought down the stretch, we didn't close the half out the right way. We gave them a 5-0 run to close the half. And to start the half, we came out and I thought we started the half the right way. In the second half, defensively, and we got a little separation. Again, they made another run. And, again, we needed to value taking care of the basketball. Your team learns through experiences. And for us, again, with 10 new guys, game situations, we have a freshman that's played phenomenal to this point right now, being in big moments, big situations. This was a great stage for us, and it's a great stage for our team to persevere and close the game out.
Coach, was it my imagination, or did it seem like that Syracuse was kind of swarming on Trey to start the game, and you just seem to be having a lot of gravity toward him?
Well, Trey garners a lot of attention for sure, based on obviously the way he's played to the start of this season. He's a really good young talent, and I thought he came out very aggressive to start the game. He's missed some shots early in the game that he's made for us early in the year. And my message to him is, when they're good shots, we're taking those. You miss it, you want to take the next shot. Because he's an elite scorer. He's a guy that we're trying to instill him next play mentality. Keep working the game, because at some point he's going to break through and he's going to give you a great scoring spurt. But he also makes other guys around him as well. Trey plays the game the right way. He plays to win, and he's been a great teammate.
Quick follow-up. On Tuesday, we talked about Trayvon, and he made his debut tonight. Is he on a minutes restriction?
You know what? He's been out almost 4 weeks. This week is the 4th week he's been out, and he's a high-level player. Was playing extremely well before he got injured. We just got to kind of ease him in there a little bit right now. You just don't want to just throw a guy back that's been out of action for 4 weeks, and he comes into a high-level game, big stage. I thought he came in the first half and got into the floor a little bit defensively, offensively. I mean, he's only been moving around for about 4 days with us now, so it's going to take some time for him to kind of get his timing back, get his footing back with our group. But when he does, he definitely makes our team better.
One last one for Coach.
Coach, Syracuse, when it started making its run, scored a lot of points in the paint. What did you see in Syracuse that allowed them to have that advantage in the paint? And then what adjustments did you make to prevent those opportunities?
Well, I thought we did a nice job in the first half. We know when Lamp's in the game, they're going to play through him. I mean, he's one of the biggest guys in college basketball. So, you know, he does a great job playing in the low post. You know, and we really want to take it out of his hands. I thought our guys did a pretty good job in the first half with the way we were trying to double on him and give him different looks to where he couldn't be comfortable. He's not only a good scorer in the low post, he's an elite passer in the low post. So we were really trying to get it out of his hands, take his vision away. Thought in the second half we weren't able to get to him as much. He played in a little bit better space, and we couldn't really get to him. So we had to go a little one-on-one. And I thought Kate Cedric did a nice job for us. I challenged him at halftime to stand his ground in the second half, and I thought he did a nice job guarding one-on-one defense when we couldn't get down and get a good double on Lamp in the post.
One last quick.
Coach, I thought one of the most important deciding factors in this game was foul shooting. They couldn't make their foul shots, and your guys didn't miss. What are your comments on that?
Yeah, I mean, we got to the line 14 times. We'd love to have gotten there about 20 times, but nevertheless, when we got there, we definitely capitalized on getting to the line. We were 12 for 14 from the line. They got there 18 times. We really tried to keep our opponents 15 or less. And but they put a lot of pressure on the basket late in the game, and were able to get to the foul line. But you know, again, I think our guys we've done a great job to this point in the season, shooting free throws, getting we love to have Trey at the free throw line all the time. Trey should be a 90% free throw shooter. He's a big time free throw shooter. Late in the game, we tried to put it in his hands to close the game out. Learning situation for him. Make those guys come fouling. Okay, get back to the line again. Don't turn it over and everything. But you have to be in those moments to grow through those moments. But we want him closing it out at the foul line. Jordan Pope at the foul line. We got guys that can step up and make free throws for us.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Take care.